Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas! Right. Who wants candy cane?
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going deep into one of the most heartfelt Christmas episodes from the classic 90s sitcom Saved by the Bell, the two-part special Home for Christmas. This episode is different from the usual Bayside High adventures because it mixes the show's fun humor with a real emotional story about friendship, kindness, and the true spirit of Christmas.
Hey, Rudolph!
Hey, Lisa. Want to play any reindeer games?
What the heck? It's Christmas.
She kissed me! Santa finally gave you what I asked for!
If you grew up watching Saved by the Bell on Saturday mornings, you know the gang was always full of schemes, hilarious moments, and goofy plots. But Home for Christmas takes it to a new level. In this video, we'll explore every moment from this holiday special in detail and unpack why it still resonates with fans decades later. So without further ado, let's rewind time to December 1991. The Home for Christmas story begins right as school lets out for the winter holidays. Instead of relaxing, the Bayside gang decides, or is convinced, to get holiday jobs at the local Palisades Mall. Each of them ends up in a different role, and through these jobs, we see both familiar humor and unexpected warmth. Let's go through what everyone is doing. AC Slater tries his hand at gift wrapping, which he thinks will be easy money, but we quickly learn wrapping gifts isn't as simple as it looks. Kelly Kapowski works at a men's clothing store, helping customers pick out clothes, all the while keeping her sunny holiday spirit even when things get stressful. Jesse Spano becomes Santa's assistant, helping kids take pictures with Santa Claus. Lisa Turtle decides to volunteer at a hospital as a candy striper, showing her compassionate side even at Christmas. And of course, Zack Morris is Zack Morris. He's supposed to be making extra money, but his attention quickly gets pulled somewhere else.
Well, kids, Santa and his little helpers have to be going now. There's a big snowstorm coming.
It never snows in Los Angeles.
Says who?
If you've ever been to a mall around Christmas, you know the scene. Decorations everywhere, carolers singing and crowds bustling with last-minute gift shopping. That's exactly the vibe this episode creates. The mall becomes almost like its own character, a place full of energy, chaos, and unexpected connections. While the others get swept up in holiday jobs, Zach's eyes are drawn to someone unexpected, a girl named Laura. She works with Kelly at the clothing store, and at first glance, she seems like any other coworker. But something about her speaks to Zach's curiosity, not just her smile, but the seriousness in her eyes.
Hi, Santa. Is this Mrs. Claus?
Yes, she wouldn't stay at the North Pole when I told her I was coming to California.
As soon as this party's over, I'm taking this sleigh to the beach.
Zach tries to impress her with all of his classic moves, charming jokes, smooth talk, and goofy confidence. But Laura isn't easy to read. There's a quiet resilience about her that makes Zach want to know more. Little does he realize how much more there is to learn. As their conversation continues, the mall bustle around them almost fades into the background. Zach finds himself genuinely intrigued, not just attracted, but curious about who she is and what brought her to the mall this Christmas season.
Well, Lisa, your party is a big success.
Our party. You know, Zach, I can't remember a Christmas where I've had more fun and didn't get a thing.
Just as we begin to think Zach might be chasing yet another crush, the episode takes a turn towards something deeper. When Zach learns more about Laura's situation, he discovers something that completely changes his perspective. Laura and her father are actually homeless. That's right. While everyone else treats their mall jobs as a way to earn spending money for the holidays, Laura's work is about survival. Her father lost his job, and they are living day to day just trying to get by. This revelation hits Zach hard. He comes from a different background where money and even holiday stress feels comfortable. But Laura's story shows him just how tough life can be for someone else.
Smile for Santa.
I don't want to.
Okay, well then how about smiling for me?
No.
Tommy, If you don't smile, I'm gonna tell Santa not to bring you what you want.
This moment is the pivot point of the entire Christmas special. It pushes the story from lighthearted teen comedy into real emotional territory. Next, we'll look at how Zack and the gang begin to react when they understand the truth about Laura and her father, and how this moment changes them forever. When Zack learns that Laura and her father are homeless, his reaction is a mix of shock, empathy, and confusion. For someone who's always used humor and flirtation to get by, this moment forces him to think beyond himself. It's the start of something much bigger than holiday jobs or mall chaos. It's a lesson in compassion.
Would you like to hang this star on top of the tree?
I'm too small.
Oh, not anymore. Hold this. Letter, place it right on top, right there. There you go. I told you could do it.
To fully appreciate this shift, let's step back and look at how the episode builds up to it. At first, the gang sees Laura as just another mall worker, someone to joke with, maybe flirt with, just another teen going through the holiday grind. But when Zack and Screech befriend a homeless man they meet around the mall, everything changes. At first, it's awkward. They don't know how to talk to him, and they definitely don't know how to help. They visit him at the hospital after he collapses, and it's here that they learn the truth. The man is Laura's father, and they are struggling without a permanent home. This moment is powerful because it forces the characters and the audience to confront something real. It's not just about hanging holiday lights and buying gifts. It's about what Christmas means to people who don't even know if they'll have dinner tonight. Everyone in the gang reacts differently.
I just got what I wanted for Christmas.
What's that?
2 weeks off from school.
So does that mean I don't have to buy you a gift?
Yeah, think again.
Zack quiets down. His usual bravado disappears. He's no longer trying to impress, now he's trying to understand. Slatter grows protective. He tries to help in his tough guy way, but his heart is clearly in the right place. Kelly shows empathy instantly. She senses there's something deeper going on and wants to help however she can. Jesse and Lisa respond with kindness. They know this isn't a joke, it's real life. Screech is confused at first, but then tries to help with his own goofy yet heartfelt enthusiasm. This range of reactions reflects how different people deal with unexpected emotional truth. Some shut down, some lash out, and some step forward to help. That's exactly what makes this episode more than just a sitcom. Just when things seem like they might stabilize, conflict hits. Laura's boss, Mr. Moody, accuses her of stealing a sports coat. He doesn't believe her when she says it was meant as a gift for her father. Frustration, misunderstanding, and impatience combine to make a painfully unrealistic accusation, especially during the holiday season.
I'm sorry I misjudged you, Laura. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Moody, nice rapping job.
He fires her instantly, and this becomes a tipping point for the gang. It's no longer a story about awkward mall jobs or holiday crushes. It's about standing up for what's right. It's about defending someone when others refuse to listen. We watch the gang rally together, using everything they've learned to fight for Laura's dignity. Zack confronts Mr. Moody, not with silly jokes, but with seriousness and conviction. It's a rare moment where he steps out of his comfort zone as the goofy, lovable schemer and becomes someone with purpose and compassion. They convince Mr. Moody to reinstate Laura, and in an unexpected gesture, he apologizes by giving her father the coat he originally accused her of stealing. Moments like this highlight a deeper theme. Christmas is a time when assumptions are challenged, and people learn to see each other's humanity. Even after Laura is reinstated, the story doesn't immediately resolve. Her father's health and their living situation remains uncertain. This tension keeps viewers emotionally invested because we begin to care about a character we met only recently. And that's the brilliance of Home for Christmas. It doesn't rush emotion. It allows us to grow attached, feel concern, and hope for a positive outcome. As Home for Christmas transitions into its deeper emotional territory, the story stops being just about funny mall jobs and awkward teenage conversations and starts teaching us something meaningful. What begins as another Bayside High holiday adventure rapidly shifts into a moment where these characters confront real life. So earlier, Zack meets Laura, the girl who works with Kelly at the mall. He's instantly smitten, as the audience has come to expect. But this time, the story takes an unusual twist for a sitcom based on teenage humor. Zack's casual crush turns into something much more serious when he learns something shocking. Laura and her father are homeless. Before now, Zack and the gang had thought holiday jobs were just a way to earn extra money for Christmas. But for Laura and her dad, the mall job is essential to survival. This truth hits Zack hard. Think about it. Here he is, a kid from a comfortable life, talking about Christmas plans, holiday fun, and gift money. And suddenly he discovers a girl he likes doesn't even have a proper home. That contrast shakes him and us because it forces every viewer to consider how very different people's lives can be, even during what's supposed to be the happiest time of the year. This emotional twist actually builds gradually. Zack, Slater, and Screech first encounter a homeless man near the mall, someone they initially see as just another person in need during the holiday rush. But when that man collapses and they see him again in a hospital, everything becomes personal. They soon learn that this homeless man is Laura's father. Suddenly, a girl Zack was beginning to care about isn't just an interesting new character. She's someone struggling alongside a parent who's down on his luck. This moment is where the tone of the special truly changes. The audience, along with the Bayside gang, starts to see Christmas not as a backdrop for jokes and romance, but as a season that highlights serious issues like poverty, dignity, and personal hardship. For the first time in the episode, the story becomes about people, not situations. The gang's reactions reveal a lot about their characters. Zack becomes thoughtful. The usual witty remarks fade away as he tries to process what he's learned. Slater shifts from goofball energy to something resembling protectiveness, like he wants to do the right thing but isn't sure how. Kelly's empathy shows immediately. She understands Laura's discomfort and wants to help in practical ways. Jesse and Lisa respond with genuine concern, proving they're more than just background friends. Screech, in his own awkward way, wants to help too, even if he doesn't quite articulate it well. This mix of reactions adds emotional depth. It shows that while these are teen characters in a lighthearted sitcom, they are capable of complex feelings and growth. It's something rare in 90s sitcoms, a moment where humor gives way to heart. But just as things start to get serious, another conflict arises. When Laura tries to buy a jacket for her father, something that symbolizes not just warmth but dignity, her boss accuses her of stealing it. Believing she took it without intention to pay, he fires her. This accusation doesn't just hurt her employment, it shatters her already fragile confidence. Now the issue becomes both social and personal. Laura is not only struggling financially, but also being judged unfairly. This moment is powerful because it reflects something many viewers can relate to: being misunderstood and labeled unfairly, especially during a time when kindness should be prioritized. Zack steps in, not with sarcasm or a clever comment, but earnestly. He tries to defend Laura to her boss, which is a big deal for a character whose usual instinct is to avoid serious confrontation. This moment is where Zack's growth begins. He's no longer focusing on impressing someone. He's fighting for someone's dignity and fairness. The gang doesn't let it stop there. They rally together to convince the boss that Laura didn't steal anything. In doing this, they apply the very spirit of Christmas that the episode has been building toward: generosity, empathy, and standing up for others. When the boss finally apologizes and gives Laura's father the jacket he originally wanted, it isn't just a gesture, it's a message. Compassion matters. But even with that resolution, the emotional stakes remain high. Laura and her dad still don't have a proper home, and Christmas is just days away. In many classic sitcoms, a misunderstanding or a funny mishap would be the climax. But Home for Christmas goes deeper. It forces beloved characters to confront inequality, challenge judgmental assumptions, and take action that affects real lives. It pushes the holiday theme beyond tinsel and laughs into meaning. As part 3 wrapped up, Zack and the gang had just learned the truth about Laura and her father. They're homeless, relying entirely on Laura's mall job to survive. This revelation already shifted the tone of the episode into something more meaningful. But the real heart of Home for Christmas arrives in part 2, when Christmas magic and real personal growth come together in unexpected ways. Let's dive into the climax of the story, where emotions, conflict, and holiday spirit collide. One subplot that runs throughout both episodes is Zack's mother, Mrs. Morris, organizing a production of A Christmas Carol at the mall. This isn't just a background decoration. It symbolizes the theme of transformation that the episode wants the viewer to feel. From Ebenezer Scrooge's cold heart warming through kindness to Zack's own transformation as he learns to care, this play serves as the emotional mirror of the story. While the gang juggles mall jobs and other tasks, they're also rehearsing or preparing for this production. Laura, now seen more as a friend and respected peer, expresses a quiet desire to be part of the performance. But there's a practical problem. She has to work and can't just skip hours during a busy holiday season. Her boss, Mr. Moody, is very strict and refuses to give her time off for the play. This moment is significant because it shows a real tension between work and joy, a theme many people can relate to during the holidays. For Laura, giving up work means not affording essentials. For the gang, giving time for a play feels like the least of their concerns. But it turns out it means a lot more. Right when audiences think things are moving toward resolution, the episode introduces the next complication. Laura wants to buy her father a jacket. Not just any present, but something that would help him in job interviews and bring him warmth and confidence. Kelly, knowing this, tries to help by setting the jacket aside so Laura can afford it later. However, Mr. Moody misunderstands the situation. Instead of respecting Laura's honest intentions, he assumes she stole the jacket, a blunder rooted in his prejudice against homeless people. Having discovered Laura and her father's plight, he responds not with empathy, but judgment. He fires Laura and accuses her of theft. This moment is one of the most powerful scenes in the Christmas special, not because it's dramatic, but because it reveals a harsh truth. Even during the holiday season, people can still act unfairly, judge prematurely, and overlook kindness. It highlights how easily goodwill can be lost when assumptions replace understanding. After the accusation, Laura runs away, disheartened, embarrassed, and afraid of judgment. The gang feels the weight of this moment. They now understand the danger of letting assumptions go unchecked. So they immediately begin searching for her and her father, showing a real emotional connection beyond teenage curiosity or surface-level plot devices. This search is more than just dramatic tension. It reinforces one of the core moral lessons of this episode. True compassion requires action, not just sympathy. Instead of letting things stand, the group doesn't give up. They refuse to leave Laura alone in a moment of hurt. And then, in a beautifully subtle scene, they find her and her dad in their car. Cold, unsure, and emotionally drained, the two sit outside, tired from everything they've endured. Seeing them like this touches every member of the Bayside gang, and any viewer who's ever felt the weight of feeling unwanted or forgotten. Now comes one of the most heartwarming scenes in the Christmas special. Zack explains everything that happened, that the jacket wasn't stolen, that it was meant for her father, and that the misunderstanding hurt all of them. He reassures Laura that they never believed she was a thief and that sometimes people are just wrong, even when they think they're right. Moved by this, Mrs. Morris steps in with an act that perfectly embodies the spirit of Christmas. She invites Laura and her father to stay with the Morris family until they can get back on their feet. This gesture isn't just shelter, it's acceptance, belonging, and hope. But the holiday magic doesn't end there. Just as they begin to embrace this moment, Mr. Moody arrives with the jacket in hand. He publicly apologizes to Laura and her father, admitting that his assumption was wrong and that he let prejudice guide his actions. And he gives the coat as a Christmas gift, both a literal and symbolic symbol of redemption. The scene ends with everyone sharing warmth, forgiveness, and even Christmas carols. It's here that the episode captures its emotional high point, a true Christmas moment of reconciliation, generosity, and shared humanity. What makes Home for Christmas so memorable, especially for fans who grew up watching it, is not the mall chaos, the teenage crush, or even the silly moments of Zack's scheming. It's the unexpected depth this episode offers. It doesn't shy away from real issues like homelessness, false judgment, insecurity, and pride. And it wraps these themes in a holiday narrative that feels meaningful and honest rather than preachy. Instead of presenting Christmas merely as a season of presents and decorations, Home for Christmas reframes it as a time for. This is why the episode still resonates decades later. Its lesson is timeless, and it continues to remind fans that sometimes holiday stories aren't just about laughter, but about the heart. As our journey through Saved by the Bell, Home for Christmas comes to a close. It's worth stepping back and thinking about what makes this episode so special, especially in the context of holiday storytelling. This isn't just another sitcom Christmas special. It's a story that uses humor, heart, and real-world challenges to deliver a message that still resonates decades after its original airing. Unlike typical episodes that simply give us laughs or teen antics, this one asks something deeper. What does Christmas really mean? And more importantly, how do we show kindness when it matters most? Most sitcom holiday episodes focus on funny moments, awkward family dinners, or silly misunderstandings. But Home for Christmas goes beyond that. From the moment Zack and the gang head to the mall for holiday jobs, we see a shift from comedy to compassion. Zack's crush on Laura becomes more than just teenage flirtation. It becomes his window into someone else's challenges. The emotional core of the episode lies in how Zack reacts when he discovers Laura and her dad are homeless. Suddenly, the mall jobs aren't just about spending money. They represent survival, dignity, and real struggles faced by people who are often overlooked. That twist gives this sitcom episode real emotional weight, and it's a big reason why fans remember it so vividly. Throughout both parts of the episode, we see character growth that goes beyond school jokes or harmless pranks. Zack Morris evolves from a self-absorbed flirt into someone who genuinely cares about another person's well-being. Kelly Kapowski consistently shows empathy and helps others see the truth behind assumptions. Slater, Jesse, Screech, and Lisa all contribute through actions that reflect compassion and solidarity with Laura and her dad. One of the strongest moments in the story comes when Laura's boss wrongly accuses her of stealing a jacket she wanted for her father. The gang rallies to defend her, proving that friendship and loyalty matter, even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. That scene highlights an essential lesson. Stand up for what's right, even when it's hard. Another beautiful layer in this episode is the recurring theme of A Christmas Carol, the play Zack's mom is producing at the mall. The story of Ebenezer Scrooge's transformation mirrors what happens with the Bayside gang, and especially with Zack. Just like Scrooge learns to open his heart, Zack learns to see beyond surface appearances and understand someone's real pain. This carefully woven symbolism reinforces a universal message. Christmas isn't just about gifts and decorations. It's about understanding, giving, and community. And then there's the culmination of the holiday scene. Zack's family inviting Laura and her father to stay for Christmas, and even Laura's boss apologizing and giving her father the jacket. These moments bring together joy, redemption, and real human compassion, reminding us all what the heart of the season really is about. Even today, Home for Christmas remains one of the most beloved episodes among Saved by the Bell fans. Many people treat it as a yearly tradition, watching it over the holidays because it gives them nostalgia and heartwarming vibes that other episodes just don't deliver. Unlike many sitcom episodes that fade over time, this one stays relevant because it blends lighthearted comedy with real themes of hardship and kindness. Fans often comment on online forums about how they remember this episode as a meaningful part of their childhood holiday experience. And that's a big part of its legacy. So what lessons can we take from Home for Christmas, especially today? Be kind without judgment. Laura's situation shows how easily someone can be misjudged and how important it is to look beyond appearances. Step up for others. The gang didn't just feel sorry. They acted to help Laura and her dad, which shows strength and compassion. Christmas meaning goes beyond material gifts. True holiday spirit is found in giving, sharing, and connecting, not in buying presents or holiday shopping. These lessons aren't just for sitcom characters. They're things we can all apply in our own lives, especially during the holiday season. And that wraps up our deep dive into Saved by the Bell. Home for Christmas, one of the most unforgettable holiday specials in 90s TV history. If you enjoyed the story breakdown, analysis of the characters, and emotional moments, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more nostalgic TV breakdowns like this one.